How's it going, guys? Welcome to another broadcast of The Weekly with me, Neff. I have two cool articles from The Hollywood Reporter. The first one is Street Fighter movie lands 2026 release from Sony. So I'm going to read a little more into this article, but this seems pretty exciting. I guess they're going to have another live action adaptation of Street Fighter, the video game, if you guys aren't familiar with that. You know, we had Street Fighter in the 90s. There was a live action with Jean-Claude Van Damme. I think there only might have been one film with this. There might have been two, but 1994 was the release of that film, and it looks like we are getting another one in 2026. Let's read the article a little bit. The film, based on the video game franchise, had recently parted ways with directors Danny and Michael Philippou. Interesting. Street Fighter is preparing to boom into theaters in 2026. Sony Pictures announced Wednesday that the new movie based on the popular video game franchise will be released theatrically on March 20th, 2026. The legendary film is co-developed and produced with Capcom, the company behind the long-running series of fighting games. Also set to hit theaters that day is Amazon MGM Studios' Project Hail Mary, the outer space-focused film from directors Phil Lord and Christopher Miller that stars Ryan Gosling. So interesting. Not too much about this film, but looks like it's going to be coming out springtime 2026. I don't think that's a bad release date at all. I wonder who's really going to be in this film. It looks like they're kind of in like early development. We haven't gotten anything about a cast yet. I don't know when they're going to start filming, probably sometime next year. I don't think it'd take too long to film, but this is interesting. You know, we have the new Mortal Kombat film coming out in 2025, and then they're doing a Street Fighter film. So maybe these studios are starting to pivot more into the video game industry and some of the popular IPs that are still running there in the video game industry. So yeah, I'm very interested to see what happens. I'm very interested to see the cast of this film. I think this film can be decent if they keep that budget low. I think it'd be awesome to try to cross-market with another Street Fighter video game too by 2026, but that all depends on development with Capcom. It looks like Capcom is going to be helping with this film, so that's very good too. Hopefully they can get some of the writers from Street Fighter to help write with this script, because you know, you want it to be an adaptation that fits the story and actually pays homage to the lore of Street Fighter. But that's pretty interesting. Next article I got is from The Hollywood Reporter as well, and this one is about the upcoming film Twisters. I know we've talked about this on the Popcorn Square podcast, guys, but this is giving us a box office forecast. Like I said, this is from The Hollywood Reporter. Let me read a little more. Box office forecast. Twisters tracking for major $40 million to $55 million U.S. opening. The natural disaster pick starring Daisy Edgar-Jones, Glenn Powell, and Anthony Ramos hits theaters in 3 weeks. The forecast is looking better than good for Lee Isaac Chung's Twisters, the summer tentpole featuring a high wattage cast that includes Daisy Edgar-Jones, Glenn Powell, and Anthony Ramos is tracking to open to $55 million over July 19th through 21st weekend in North America, according to market leader, the national research group Universal, which is handling the film domestically, is being more conservative in suggesting $40 million to $45 million. Considering that tracking has been off as of late in many cases. Some believe Twisters could even do more than $55 million, such as research from Tim Quorum, which is predicting $54 million to $61 million. So guys, we've kind of talked about these disaster films, and we have talked about Twisters. Pretty good opening for this film. I think the budget is like $200 million. Even if it has a strong opening, it's going to be tough to try to make money off that. $200 million budget calls for a $600 million box office. So even with this $50 million US opening, that is cool. Hopefully this movie can do well overseas. I don't know how well it's going to do. I guess it depends on the marketing for this film. I think the film may be interesting, but it's definitely going to be something that I stream. But yeah, interesting numbers there for Twisters. So those are the two articles I got for today, guys. Let me know what you think about the news on the Street Fighter game / movie that's going to be coming out. And then let me know what you think about Twisters, and also let me know if you're going to be watching Twisters this summer. I think it will be a spectacle, but that budget is going to be very tough for them to make some money on. So with that being said, guys, that's going to do it for me. Like, subscribe, comment, share with a friend, ring the bell for notifications. Also stay tuned for the Popcorn Square podcast releasing on Monday every week. Other than that, guys, be safe, respond in the comments, let me know what you think about these articles, and also take some time to read articles. The links will be in the description. It's Neff signing off. Later.